In life, we often find ourselves in the midst of confusion, struggling to understand why certain things unfold as they do. We face hardships, disappointment, and failure, and we may wonder in the darkest of times if there's any meaning to it all. It's tempting in those moments to question the fairness of life or to search for answers that seem elusive. But in truth, perhaps the greatest wisdom we can embrace is this simple reality: everything happens for a reason. Life is a journey, and in many ways it is a journey of discovering our purpose and finding meaning in the events we experience. As we navigate through life, we often face challenges, setbacks, and periods of uncertainty. It is during these times that we may begin to question why things happen the way they do. Yet, if we take a step back, we begin to realize something profound: everything happens for a reason. This belief, though difficult to embrace at times, holds the power to transform our perspective and to bring a deeper sense of peace and purpose into our lives. We are often taught to see the world through a lens of cause and effect, but life is far more complex than simple linear outcomes. Sometimes, the events that appear random or senseless have a purpose far beyond our immediate understanding. The late philosopher Rainer Maria Rilke once said, "Have patience with everything that remains unsolved in your heart." Try to love the questions themselves. Life, in its infinite complexity, does not always offer immediate answers. But there is profound wisdom in trusting that there is a reason for the unfolding of every moment, even if we cannot see it right away. Our natural instinct is often to resist pain and hardship. When faced with adversity, we struggle to understand why it's happening to us, and we wonder how it will ever serve a higher purpose. Yet, as we reflect on the lives of great individuals, we often see that their moments of struggle and hardship were pivotal in shaping their future success. "Out of difficulties grow miracles," said Jean de la Bruyere, and this truth resonates deeply with anyone who has ever faced a challenge. It is through adversity that we are often shaped into our strongest selves, and it is through setbacks that we develop the resilience and determination necessary to move forward. Every struggle, every hardship, every setback can, in the end, become a stepping stone on our path to success. It's important to remember that the events that unfold in our lives are not isolated. They are part of a larger, intricate pattern, one that we may not fully comprehend in the moment. As the great writer C.S. Lewis once noted, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. While we cannot undo the past, we have the power to shape the future." Even if the reasons behind certain events are not immediately clear, we have the ability to learn from them and to move forward with greater wisdom and strength. In many ways, life is like a story, one that is constantly unfolding, and the chapters we have yet to read may hold the answers we seek. It is natural to feel frustrated or discouraged when things don't go according to plan. We set goals, we work hard, and we dream of success, but sometimes the results don't come as quickly or as easily as we expect. Yet there is a profound lesson in this. "The two most powerful warriors are patience and time," said Leo Tolstoy. Success is not an instant thing, it is the result of consistent effort, patience, and a willingness to embrace the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. Each step we take, no matter how small, contributes to the unfolding of our story and the ultimate realization of our potential. And so, in those moments of frustration or doubt, we must trust that everything is happening for a reason, even if we cannot yet see it. It is also essential to recognize that life does not operate on our timeline. We may want things to happen quickly, and we may feel impatient when things don't move as fast as we hope. However, as the renowned poet Mary Oliver once said, "Instructions for living a life: pay attention. Be astonished. Tell about it. Life's unfolding is not always about achieving our desires quickly, but about being present to the lessons, the experiences, and the beauty in each moment." When we stop rushing and start paying attention to the details, we begin to notice that even the smallest events have significance. Perhaps the reason why certain things happen when they do is to teach us patience, to remind us that the journey itself is as important as the destination. In fact, it is often in the pauses, the moments of stillness, and the periods of waiting that we are given the space to grow and reflect. As the poet John Keats said, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever." Sometimes the reasons behind life's events are not immediately clear, but they reveal themselves in their own time and in their own way. What may seem like a setback or a failure today may turn out to be the very thing that sets us on the right path tomorrow. It is important to understand that the belief that everything happens for a reason is not about denying the difficulty or pain we experience. Rather, it is about choosing to see meaning in every experience, even the painful ones. We do not remember days, we remember moments, said Cesar Bayes. Every moment of our lives, no matter how challenging, holds potential for growth and learning. When we embrace the belief that everything happens for a reason, we shift our perspective. We no longer view obstacles as burdens, but as opportunities for transformation. In doing so, we begin to experience life with greater gratitude and clarity, knowing that each moment is part of a larger, meaningful plan. In the end, the concept that everything happens for a reason offers us an opportunity to reframe our challenges and our setbacks. It gives us the strength to endure when things don't go as planned, and it provides us with hope during times of uncertainty. By trusting that there is purpose behind the events of our lives, we open ourselves to the possibility of growth, learning, and discovery. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change, said Charles Darwin. Embracing the belief that everything happens for a reason allows us to remain adaptable, resilient, and open to the lessons life has to offer. Ultimately, the most powerful thing we can do is trust the journey. Life is not always about knowing the exact reason for everything that happens. It is about having faith that there is a reason, even if it's not immediately clear. As we learn to trust the process, we find peace in the midst of chaos and purpose in every step of our path. Everything happens for a reason. And with this understanding, we can face life's challenges with courage, patience, and the confidence that we are always being guided toward our greater good. In life, it is far too easy to get caught up in the idea that success is something that happens instantly or effortlessly. We want things to happen now, and we want them to happen in a way that validates our efforts and our worth. But the reality is that success is not a result of speed, it is a product of something much more enduring: patience. It's the quiet, steadfast commitment to our goals, even when the results are not immediately visible. As the great poet William Shakespeare wisely said, "It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves." Patience is often misunderstood. We think of it as passive waiting, a kind of sitting idle until something good finally happens. But patience is far more powerful than that. It is an active, conscious decision to trust the process, to continue moving forward even when we cannot see the outcome. Patience is the strength to keep believing in ourselves even when the road is long and the results feel far away. As the philosopher Francis Bacon put it, the remedy is worse than the disease when we rush through the process. Only through patience do we allow the seeds of our efforts to grow, bloom, and bear fruit at the right time. Many of us desire success without understanding the necessary time it takes to build it. We see others achieving their dreams, and we wonder why it's not happening for us. But as the great author Leo Tolstoy said, the two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Time is the key to success, and patience is what allows us to use that time wisely. When we plant a seed, we do not expect it to sprout immediately. We tend to it, we nurture it, then we wait for it, and success, in much the same way, requires us to wait sometimes for years for it to come to fruition. And yet, every moment spent waiting is an opportunity to strengthen our resolve, to develop our skills, and to prepare for the greatness that will eventually arrive. It is crucial to recognize that patience is not about complacency. It is not about sitting back and passively hoping things will change. True patience is about persistence. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that your efforts will pay off in time. The famous American inventor Thomas Edison understood this better than most when he said, "Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration." Patience is not just about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about using the time wisely, putting in the work that no one else may see, and trusting that progress is happening, even when the results are not yet visible. We often think of patience as something to be endured, a necessary burden on our path to success. But what if we saw it differently? What if, instead of seeing patience as a waiting game, we viewed it as an opportunity for growth? The journey to success is not always linear, and it certainly isn't always easy. But as the renowned author and motivational speaker Jim Rohn wisely said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Patience allows us to learn from our experiences, to refine our skills, and to deepen our understanding of our life goals. Through patience, we not only move closer to success, but we also become the kind of person capable of sustaining that success when it arrives. The true power of patience lies in its ability to transform our mindset. When we embrace patience, we release the fear of failure and the anxiety of needing immediate results. We trust that life unfolds in its own time, and we allow ourselves the grace to move through each step with purpose and confidence. In the end, patience is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It is the quiet, unwavering belief that all things come in their own time, and that every moment of waiting is just one step closer to the greatness we seek. In life, there is a quiet strength in understanding that personal growth is not a destination, but a journey. So often we hear about the importance of growing and improving, but we rarely discuss what that actually means. Personal growth is not a matter of achieving success in the conventional sense. It's not about being the best at what we do or outshining everyone else. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves by embracing the ongoing process of development and learning. The only journey is the one within, as Rainer Maria Rilke once said. Personal growth is not always comfortable. It is easy to imagine growth as something effortless, but real progress comes through challenge. It comes through facing our weaknesses, confronting the parts of ourselves that are flawed, and pushing past the barriers that limit us. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us, said Ralph Waldo Emerson. Growth requires courage, for it means stepping outside of our comfort zone, embracing the unknown, and risking failure in the process. It means daring to take the first step, even when the path ahead is uncertain. At the heart of personal growth is a willingness to be uncomfortable, to go through the pain of self-discovery, and to learn the lessons that hardship brings. It is in these moments that we find our true strength. As the famous author and motivational speaker Tony Robbins once said, the only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. The journey toward personal growth requires imagination visioning who we want to become and commitment showing up every day, even when the results aren't immediate or obvious. Growth is not about having a linear path. It's about trusting the process, even when the road is long and uncertain. We often believe that personal growth means achieving more. However, real growth comes from knowing when to let go of the things that are not serving us. It is about learning what truly matters and focusing on those things that align with our values. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success, said Albert Schweitzer. The more we understand who we are and what we truly want from life, the more we can align our actions and decisions with that truth. Personal growth involves an internal transformation, shifting the way we think, act, and respond to life's challenges. One of the hardest things we face in our journey of growth is the fear of failure. Society often teaches us to fear failure, to avoid mistakes at all costs, and to seek out perfection. But failure is not the end, it is the beginning. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work, said Thomas Edison, who understood that failure is not something to be feared, but something to be learned from. When we embrace failure as part of the process, we take away its power over us. We realize that it is in our mistakes that we find the most valuable lessons. And it is through those lessons that we grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Personal growth is also about the commitment to lifelong learning. It's easy to assume that growth ends when we reach a certain age or level of success, but the truth is that learning is a lifelong process. The more we invest in our own learning and self-improvement, the more we grow. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, said Nelson Mandela. The pursuit of knowledge, whether it is through formal education, reading, or self-reflection, is essential to growth. It allows us to broaden our understanding of the world and of ourselves. The more we learn, the more we discover about our potential, and the more we realize that there is always more to explore. As we grow, we begin to recognize that personal development is not a solitary endeavor. It's about the relationships we cultivate, the people who support us, and the community we build around ourselves. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, said Mahatma Gandhi. Personal growth is also about understanding how we fit into the larger tapestry of life and the ways we can contribute to others. It's about learning to love and appreciate ourselves, while also being generous with our time, talents, and kindness to others. Growth is not just about bettering ourselves, but also about lifting others along the way. In the pursuit of growth, we must also learn the power of patience. It is easy to become discouraged when things don't move as quickly as we want them to. But growth takes time. The seeds we plant today may not bloom immediately, and we must trust that, with time and care, they will eventually bear fruit. Patience is not simply the ability to wait, it's how we behave while we're waiting, said Joyce Meyer. Personal growth is a gradual process, and it requires us to have faith in ourselves and in the journey. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. And even on days when we feel like we're standing still, we must trust that the work we are doing is building towards something greater. Personal growth is not an end goal. It is a lifelong pursuit of becoming who we are truly meant to be. It's about waking up each day with the intention of improving, of learning, and of contributing to the world around us. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude, said Oprah Winfrey. When we change our attitude, we change our trajectory. Growth starts in the mind and the heart, and from there, it ripples out into every aspect of our lives. As we embrace personal growth, we come to understand that it is the quiet work done in the background, the moments of reflection, the habits we build, the decisions we make that truly shape who we are becoming. And in doing so, we step into our highest potential, creating a life filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Growth does not happen overnight, but with every effort we make to improve, we get closer to the person we are meant to be. And in the end, it is the ongoing journey of growth that gives our lives the depth, richness, and beauty that we are all seeking. There's a common saying that goes, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. This powerful truth serves as a reminder that no matter where we are in life, or what we've achieved, the most important factor is our resilience, the ability to rise every time we fall, to keep moving forward when the path is unclear, and to trust that the journey is worth the effort. Life is filled with ups and downs, victories and setbacks, but it is our persistence that ultimately shapes the course of our future. It is easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned, when we stumble or make mistakes. But we must remember that failure is not a reflection of our worth or potential. On the contrary, failure is an essential part of growth, a stepping stone toward eventual success. As Winston Churchill famously said, success is not the final, and failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Our failures do not define us, how we respond to them does. The key is to learn from them, adapt, and continue the journey. In fact, it is often through our struggles that we learn the most valuable lessons. Each challenge we face has the potential to shape our character, to refine our strength, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed, said Theodore Roosevelt. In our pursuit of success, we must embrace failure as an opportunity for growth, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to the person we are meant to become. Success is not something that happens overnight. It is the result of consistent effort, dedication, and most importantly, perseverance. Perseverance is not a long race, it is many short races, one after the other, said Walter Elliott. This perspective helps us understand that success is not about one grand achievement, but about the small, everyday actions we take toward our goals. Each time we face a setback and continue moving forward, we build the foundation for future success. Sometimes it is easy to feel like giving up, especially when the road ahead seems long and the challenges seem insurmountable. But true strength lies in the ability to keep going even when the way forward is unclear. As Confucius wisely said, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. It is the act of rising after each fall, of getting back up with greater determination, that defines our success. We must understand that progress often comes in increments, not in leaps and bounds. Even the smallest step forward is still progress, and with perseverance, those small steps accumulate into something far greater. Ultimately, our ability to persevere is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up too soon. As we continue to push forward, we gain confidence, wisdom, and experience that no failure can take away. And in the end, the courage to continue, despite the challenges and setbacks, is what makes success possible. The road may be tough, but with persistence, anything is achievable. Keep moving forward, for the best is yet to come.